Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucy.
Hi. I
How
like
are
this
you?
shirt.
Thank you.
I feel like the Batman series lives through these shirts.
Well, that was where the Batman series lives? What are you talking about?
Yeah, like they were figures. It lives a second life through these shirts.
What shirts? Last week it wasn't a Batman shirt.
Oh, well, what was it? A
It
Spider-Man.
was Spider-Man. Famously not Batman. We don't have time to dwell on that, though. I have a big announcement coming up. I think it's big. But before we get to that, a little housekeeping. We're going to do this up top. We're going to change it up. First of all, please like and subscribe if you're so inclined. It would help the show. Right? Right?
I would help the show.
They say it helps. I don't know. I can't verify that, but they say it helps. Our Patreon, the link for the Patreon is in the description. If you like this show, you get an extra episode every week for $5 a month. That's pretty nice. Also, my Twitch stream is up and going now. I got the camera and the mic. It's all set up. I did some. So go to Twitch @Kump, just like my Twitter and stuff. And we're gonna start. That's a whole new. Should I be advertising that on YouTube? Are they competitors? Doesn't matter. So that's all sorts of things. Now, here's my announcement. I do not want to be a guy who's speaking out of school, who's making dandelions out of ladybugs, right? Or is that the expression?
Yeah, I think it can be an expression.
I don't want to make a big fuss where there's no fuss to be. But I've been thinking, Lucy. I had an idea, and I've been thinking, and I think this is something good for our future, for our family's future. Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about buying Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, the chicken chain.
Just buy
chicken chain,
becoming the new owner.
Chicken chain.
Chicken chain.
Chicken chain. Chicken chain. There we go. The buy.
Well, I think that
I don't know how I'm gonna get the money. We'll have to do like a GoFundMe.
I think
That's
owning a fast food chain, it would be a great investment. But why Buffalo Wild Wings?
I think it's got everything it sums me up very well. I think it's got a lot of dynamic people in the commercials. It's got. I mean, I believe I saw what's his name. Clay Shaw, not Clay Shaw. That's from JFK. Who's on the Golden State Warriors? The basketball guy, Clay Aiken. Whatever, Clay Thompson.
Yeah,
he was in the commercial. I could be in the commercial. I could be sitting there holding court with my friends, and I feel like it wouldn't look out of place. I feel like it's a kind of place I could take people for podcast meetings. We could do live podcasts at the Buffalo. If we own the Buffalo Wild Wings, come down to a Buffalo.
I mean, they would probably let us do a live podcast at a Buffalo Wild Wings without us owning it.
I don't want to have to ask. All right, I'll ask for forgiveness, but never permission. That sounds terrible in this day and age, actually.
Yeah.
That's usually for like you trespass on someone's pool. Yeah. But now in the age of Me Too, that sounds terrible. I ask for forgiveness, but never permission. So whatever. But only in the context of using Buffalo Wild Wings. I'll never ask for permission. I don't want it. I want it to be a kind of thing where come down to my club. Come down to my chicken shop where we pass the time talking about, girls and monster trucks and just fun stuff. Model trains. Different types of pepperoni, men, but also women. If they're cool, women can also talk about pepperoni. Just don't fucking try to bring up Etsy.
What's the criteria?
Don't be sitting there going like, how I like this. So nobody cares.
They can't bring up girly things. This is the Buffalo Wild Wings. You talk about monster trucks. You talk about.
I don't even like monster trucks. I went there as a kid to a monster truck thing, and I hate golf. I also did golf as a kid. I went to a monster truck thing as a kid, and it blew my eardrums out almost. So loud. I think it was at the Nassau Coliseum. So I'm just talking. I'm just saying something fun, something like where we bring a Lex Fridman type guy to the show.
Sure.
And he's like, and we're talking. We get him a few beers. Like, we got all sorts of beers on tap, and he probably brings up something that we don't have. And it's like, we don't have that. Well, how about a Stella Artois? and we have a nice beer, and we get a mixture of wings, honey, but they have honey barbecue.
Sure, I'm sure they do.
They have teriyaki, sweet teriyaki, probably.
Yeah.
And we talk to Fridman about like all sorts of robot stuff. You know, I mean, I just want a place where I can like let my hair down, let my bald head out.
What now? Buffalo Wild Wings.
How much would it cost? I thought it was what you were bringing up.
No, I was gonna ask you because that Buffalo Wild Wings has been making some decisions.
Have they? I have no idea.
Some business decisions. I'd like to know if you would allow this to happen under your watch, or if you would have a better idea.
Okay. Now, to be fair, I literally know nothing about this. It literally just occurred to me, like, why don't I would love to own Buffalo Wild Wings. So I don't know, but go ahead.
So Buffalo Wild Wings launched its first ever pizza.
All right, we're done. No.
And it has wings on top of it.
What? Has wings on top of the pizza?
Yeah.
Like boneless wings?
I would assume they're boneless, but if they have bones in them, that's really a bad.
I mean, I've had good buffalo chicken pizza, so maybe maybe this is good. Honestly, this could be great, and then we can even have like strippers there, right?
Sure.
Yeah, like why not?
It seems like you just want to have a party at Buffalo Wild Wings more than own it.
How much would that cost though? I feel like it's not cost effective to like pay them to have a party. I wanted to be my place, kind of like what like that like Rayos in the Manhattan, that Italian restaurant.
Yeah,
it's a big to do, or Spago back in the day.
Yeah,
I want to just have. I mean, I don't have to own all of them. I want to own one.
Yeah, you just want to own one location.
I guess I just own a bar.
What if you just became like the manager at one the manager of a Buffalo Wild Wings?
I hate that idea. I'm not there to clean the gunk out of the fucking thing that goes to the nacho cheese or whatever. I'm there to fucking enjoy beers and bottomless sodas and bottomless women, perhaps, and men. Just live sex shows, adults only. Mm. I don't want to. You can't. It's not a family joint anymore.
Well, it seems like Buffalo Wild Wings is valued at about $2 billion. So
I mean, look, I don't need to own all of them. But I don't want. Like, I know you're thinking just buy a bar and have wings, but that just seems. There's something very pleasing about going to a Buffalo Wild Wings. The food's not better. The soda's not bad, but there's just the unlimited soda I like. I like the comfort of like those. You just have more soda, whatever, and no one's like giving you shit. They went to the bar. They'll give you a nice big glass of soda, and they'll just give you more.
I don't think that Buffalo Wild Wings invented unlimited soda. I think
but I mean they have the wings. I mean, look, Pizza Hut. I don't know if Pizza Hut had that. Fridays, do they have that? I don't even know if they. I'm not even sure if Buffalo Wild Wings has that, but mine would. All right, and there'd be a guy with a sword. Set it on fire, and he would just be doing sword tricks, and he'd have a gun, and he would just be pointing it. He would just sometimes point it, like you'll be eating there with your chick or whatever, and like on your Valentine's Day, and you're eating wings, and you're getting messy, and you look up, like you say to me, "Can I get some more napkins?"
Yeah, can I get some more napkins, sir?
No, I'm your fiance.
Oh, can I get some more napkins, fiance?
Well, no, like you wouldn't say that to me. You would be like, just say like, "Oh, we could use more napkins here." Yeah,
we could use some more napkins, huh?
I mean, do you want me to direct you? 'Cause this is like, this is not how you would talk to me. Whatever. You
want to get some more napkins?
It's still kind of it's not how you talk, but whatever. All right, let's just move on. Yeah, I'll get some more than that. Whatever, sure. Wait. Oh, this guy's pointing a gun at me. Don't move.
Okay.
Why is he pointing? The sword guy. With a gun. Like a handgun. What do I do?
What do you do?
What do I do?
Maybe run?
I throw you in front of them. Yeah.
So how much do you think you do?
Wouldn't that be exciting?
I guess so. I
don't think we really sold how exciting that would be.
Maybe not.
We'll try it again.
You would want... Wait,
try it again.
Wait, but I just want to understand.
Can we try it again? Can I direct you, please? Because the commercial will go like this.
Yeah, okay.
I really feel like it didn't land properly.
Okay.
When I just act like you... Don't be calm. And act like I'm about to be shot in the face.
Okay.
All right, we'll skip the napkin part. Yeah, I'll get you more napkins, all right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. This guy's pointing a gun at me.
What?
This guy, the sword guy's got a knife. He's got a gun. He's got a gun!
Oh, my God.
Oh, what? Let me live! Please let me live! You're not reacting. All right. Well, this is...
Are we filming a commercial?
I mean, in my head...
So, you think... So, it's the idea that this would happen when they come to your Buffalo Wild Wings location?
I mean, look, it doesn't sound great. I'm not trying to put you down, but it doesn't sound great because you're supposed to be freaking out. You're supposed to be like, and then he can come over and be like, oh, no, there's no gun. It's empty. It's a real gun, but it's empty. Right? But you're not reacting in a way where that's going to be fun. Because it's just like, you're like, really? And then he comes, like it's just like, really?
Really?
Oh, no, it's an empty gun, actually. See, it's not fun. You have to be panting and spitting, and the chicken's falling out of your mouth.
I'm sorry.
All right. No, it's fine. I didn't communicate it properly. But that's what was my vision. Was that he would come over and be like, oh, no, it's a real gun, but it's empty.
I'm trying to understand what this would reflect about your Buffalo Wild Wings experience that you'd be creating for customers.
It's dangerous, but exciting, but safe. Because in the commercial, he'd be like, it's a fake gun. But like, the implication is that you've gone to a Buffalo Wild Wings and like a guy's pointing the gun. I mean, like, which, to be fair, I don't think they do that now. They don't. That's why I have to buy them. Because they won't do that. Like, I'm not slandering them. They clearly don't do that now.
Right.
I would have to buy them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't think you're getting it.
I mean, look, would the waiters have guns? Is that...
No, just the guy with the sword.
Just the guy with the sword.
The guy, look, there's a guy.
Right.
I don't explain this properly. There's a guy when you walk in and he's doing sword tricks. He's got a sword and it's on fire, right? They put that gel, that flaming gel.
Yeah.
And it's on fire. Okay. It's like, wow, that's a spectacle, right? I should have stressed how much of a spectacle it was. But halfway through the meal, I've realized, as I'm trying to get you napkins, that this guy with a sword actually has a gun now, and he's pointing it at me.
Okay, here's where I think it goes a little bit off the rail. I think the guy should just have a sword or a gun, because either one of those things is going to be intimidating. But I feel like if he has a gun on a handgun in particular and a flaming sword, it's kind of like a hat on a hat.
Well, he's put the flaming sword down at this point.
Okay.
He's not holding a flaming sword in one hand and a gun in the other. He's just, the guy, because you see a guy with a flaming sword inside of a Buffalo Wild Wings and you go, well, yeah, I mean, like, this has to be like, they're a corporation. They wouldn't just approve this if it wasn't safe, right? Sure. And like, you can see a sword can be more ceremonial. It can be more of a spectacle. Like, didn't Biden last month in Saudi Arabia have like, people throwing swords at them, but it was like ceremony? Yeah, but without any blade on the hilt. Whatever. Point is, swords can be fun. Right. But then, but then you look up and now this man has a gun and it's not even like a ceremonial gun. I see what you're saying. It's a regular gun and he's pointing at your face. And you didn't even know until you looked up. Like, how long were they doing this for? So it's kind of like if one of the stilt girls at Margaritaville had a gun. Does that happen? They have stilt girls? There at some Margaritaville locations, they have women on big stilts. What are they wearing? They're kind of dressed like clownishly, like not like skirts. You can look up their skirt, like it's not pervy. I don't think they're like it's pervy. It's Jimmy Buffett. That's who we're talking about. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. I bet his corpse is gonna smell when he dies. So it's like they're look at the circus performer. Sure. Kind of, but then they have a gun. Yeah. 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 Sure. And like so that's exactly basically. But I mean. I feel like the sword to the gun makes more sense than the stilt to the gun, because stilt to the gun just seems like this is like a one-off, like someone's gone postal or whatever, Sure. Yeah. But the sword with the gun, like, oh, I misjudged the situation. There was a man with a sword, but he's actually, this is a much higher stakes game we're playing than I anticipated, right?
Right.
That's the point. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Is that like, it's not so much like, oh, this person got paid minimum wage and had to learn to do stilts and they didn't even get tips and now they've come for revenge. No, this is like, oh, this person has the backing of Ray Kump, the owner.
Right.
And he's got a gun pointing right in my face. Didn't even say anything. The implications are wild. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I could hold court at Buffalo Wild Wings. I could bring investors. I could bring, people from different comedy networks, like the Comedy Crew or Comedy Central. The first one's not real. I don't know why I said that.
The Comedy Crew.
I imagine it's like another. Whatever. Point is, like, I can invite Howard Stern. He won't show up. Whatever.
Right.
I'm just saying it could be like Jake LaMotta's club in Raging Bull.
Would there be posters that advertise the people you invited to come to Buffalo Wild Wings?
Ooh, I like that. And like a little, it's almost like a little, like a oak tag kind of thing. And it's like almost like a pool or something, or like a betting pool. But it's just markers going like, invited, check.
Yeah.
Like, attended, no.
Right.
Like, just to make us look bad.
Yeah. Like it'll be like a huge poster with Howard Stern's face on it and Howard Stern's name.
Wanted.
Right. And then in like tiny print up top, it'll be like invited.
Right. It looks like a wanted poster kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can it say like, it says invited, but it also says for some reason like wanted for like questioning involving women.
Involving women.
Yeah, cause we don't want to like make it too like comically detailed, right?
Sure.
Questioning involving women, that's fine. You start saying weird shit involving him, he'll very litigious probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can't. These Hollywood types are very litigious. All right, so we'll just say wanted. It's almost like FBI, federal booty inspector, right? Wanted for questioning involving women. Buffalo. Maybe we'll call it Buffalo Wild Women.
Buffalo Wild Women.
Buffalo Women Wings. Big women wings.
I feel like
Busty women wings.
But okay.
I'm just spitballs,
I mean, is the idea to make it like another Hooters or?
Hooters will be another us because they're not gonna have a guy pointing a gun at your face usually. So I mean, no one people can forget about it. Remember when you could go to a place like this and they didn't point guns at you? This is the kind of thing, but that's what keeps you in line because we're gonna have beautiful women, not the ones who work for us. They're gonna be disgusting. But hopefully we attract beautiful. Because that's how you attract. You don't want people competing with like hotties,
sure,
right? So we get like some real unfortunate women who rolled the dice and came up snake eyes in the lottery of looks,
right?
and we pay them well, right? I'll pay him $200,000 a year.
Okay,
and so you'll never be able to get me on anything. And I'm totally above board. And I'm not attracted to them. I do nothing with them. I'm not into power trips. I'm not into like weird, foot play. I don't like any of that crap.
Yeah.
They just work for me.
And plus, you think they're ugly.
Well, you said that. Yeah, I'm not attracted to them.
Right.
I'm saying, but sometimes people get off on power plays or they'll do foot stuff with ugly people.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm just saying, none of that. None of that. But my point is, and then the beautiful women will come and bring their husbands. The socialists.
You think that's what beautiful women want?
They want ugly women to spit on.
They want to sit in a booth eating wings, eating a big plate of wings, and being waited on by a woman who's so ugly that they wouldn't even think they were competing with her.
She's a leper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they want that. No, I'm not talking about Christian Landegard or whatever. My BFF from the international. Who is she from? The European Central Bank.
Oh yeah.
The old woman I had the hots for. I'm talking about trashy hot women.
Right.
I'm not talking about women who run non-profits.
Sure.
Who happen to be attractive. I'm talking about real hot, trashy broads who don't want to compete with the girls at a hot raised hot wings, hot wings, hot raised hot wings, hot girls.
I just don't think. I think that the how hot are the waitresses really only comes into play when like it's like a group of men going out together.
Look. First of all, I don't think
the woman in a couple ever goes like, wait a minute, what do these waitresses look like?
No, look, the group of men. Look, the men like it. I don't want the kind of men who need like a hot waitress to get off. It just grosses me out. Mm-hmm. Go to a strip club or go watch pornography in your car and then come back.
Okay.
All right. This is not sexual. Mm-hmm. But that's why I want men who get dragged to my place by the women. Right. And then I guess eventually, because the women love to be there, men will come because men are just they love women. Not always.
Sure.
Sometimes they're gay.
This is a really unique approach to a fast food chain because most
fast casual. Fast casual.
Well, most even fast casual chains kind of revolve around the notion of like everyone's invited here. You, on the other hand, have decided to go after a very specific clientele.
Everyone's invited. No one. We're not saying horny.
Super hot women. And men who are too classy for Hooters.
I didn't say they're too classy for Hooters. I said I just don't want the horn dogs coming and getting lawsuits up my ass and touching the women and being pervs and doing whatever that shit is. Like that Arsenio shit, Arsenio Hall.
Yeah.
Remember, like remember last week? Remember last week I was talking about how my principal would, don't be doing the Arsenio thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, whatever the modern day version of just we used to do that whenever there was some kind of like, like instead of clapping,
right?
We just go woo woo woo. Am I doing it right? With a who? I don't know. Does it sound wrong when I do it?
No, I don't know.
The face you're making is like getting canceled. It's the Arsenio thing. It's all I'm doing. What was my point? Oh, yeah. I just don't. I don't want these. I want men who, like fucking just don't like slap their dicks onto the table. That's too much to ask. It's my place. If anyone's gonna,
that's fine. I think wanting to avoid.
I mean, we're in the age of the Me Too's, and I'm supposed to have like women just being thrown to a bunch of men like chum. These are competent women. These ugly women will serve you very well.
Yeah, look,
they do that thing. When people do that thing where it's like I don't have to write it down. They don't have to write it down, but they do anyway.
Sure.
They actually do memorize it, but they still write it down.
Sure.
Because people don't like that. It makes them uneasy.
Right. Yeah.
When the waitress goes, when you go, hey, I'd like a steak quesadilla, but can we get the steak medium rare? Which get a little char on the outside, and maybe put a couple pepper flakes into the cheese, not just on top of the cheese. Now you're an asshole, but that's what you want if you make that kind of weird order.
Sure.
And then she goes, "I remember that." You don't believe her, even if she does. But that's why our waitresses write it down.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that would be a solid instruction as a manager.
And they also. The only requirement I have for them is that they've all had their children taken away by child services. What?
Why is that? What do you think the benefit of that is?
I think a lot of people look poorly on those type of women. Mm-hmm. So do I. Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends on what they did.
Right.
And I just want to help them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
And
that's very sweet.
And that way, they don't have like kids. They're not gonna be whining to you about like, oh, I have to go back to my kids. They can't even lie about it. Oh, my kids' babysitter. No, you don't have kids. They took them away. I have documentation saying you don't have kids.
Can't they just lie and say they have like a visitation with their kids, like a monitored visitation?
How do we get around that? That's a good point.
You have to go. Part of their hiring agreement is that you have to go with them to their monitored visitation with their child.
Exactly. I want to visit your child. Make sure that your child, whatever deadbeat's taking care of them in the foster community.
Yeah.
Because also we're gonna do a lot of charities in the foster community. Just keep an eye on these kids.
Sure.
Make sure. I mean, not a big eye. I'm not trying to spy on the kids. But I mean more like just keep an eye on the foster parents. Because I don't trust them.
Yeah.
Are there good ones out there? All you see in media is depictions of foster families, and it's all terrible. Except for Shazam, right? Shazam had a nice foster family, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that some foster families are shown as good. Like Matilda's foster mother is good.
I don't know who that is. Is that the girl from Mrs. Doubtfire?
That's the girl from the Roald Dahl story. Well, I guess she's not. I guess she just kind of gets casually adopted by the teacher. I guess it's not really your foster.
Was this like London in the 19th century?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, kids were just currency back then. Terrible. What was Oliver Twist all about? I never read that crap. So whatever. But we're dwelling too much into waitresses here. The point, it's a fun place for me to like bring clients, to bring potential advertisers, to bring athletes, right? And we just have, and we'll have like a PlayStation 5 hooked up just for our table.
Sure.
And everyone else will be like, oh, can we get a gaming system? I'm like, no, he's the owner. That's why he gets that. He's the fucking owner. Who are you? He's like, I'm Winston Churchill. No, you're not. He's dead. I'm Henry Kissinger. Oh, and he is. It actually is Henry Kissinger.
Right.
Like, fuck off. What else could you do with the Buffalo Wild Wings?
I like the idea of Henry Kissinger lying and saying that he's
Winston Churchill.
that he's Winston Churchill first.
I mean, what else could you do with the Buffalo Wild Wings?
Look, a lot of the things that you're talking about.
We serve sushi.
Okay.
Not great. I mean, it's not gonna look. It ain't Nobu sushi, but it's not bad.
What does the sushi have? What does Buffalo Wild Wings sushi have?
It's not California rolls and we don't do the mayonnaise, whatever that shit is, the cream cheese.
That's the one thing you should do at a Buffalo. You should do a Philadelphia roll at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'm getting sick of them. They're very hit and miss.
Yeah.
It's salmon, tuna, California roll, mayonnaise roll, lollipop roll.
Lollipop roll.
Yeah, it's candy. Whatever. Look, this is not like the main thing. It's just there for the women.
Yeah.
Because women don't want to get messy with the wings. You don't understand business. I don't know what you think this is. You think women just are going to come and go, hey, look at my face, I'm so hot. You want to be my fiance? No, women don't act that way. Hot women don't act that way. Well, they eat sushi. We'll have a salad.
Right, yeah. I was going to say they'll have the teriyaki chicken salad.
No, it's Ray's Buffalo Salad Boy. That's what it's called. Let me have one Ray's Buffalo Salad Boy.
Right.
It's got lettuce. It's got spinach. It's got artichokes. It's got cheese. Which kind of cheese? Cheddar, Gouda, apple chips. Kobe beef. Right?
I was thinking Kobe cheese, but...
Oh, okay. Kobe beef. No chicken.
No chicken on it?
It has pieces of California roll on it. Anyway, let me say, good for the ladies. That's all it says. It doesn't even describe what's in it. Good for the ladies. Which is a little sexist, I'll agree. They can also eat the chicken. Look, I don't care if they get messy. If we get a bunch of messy baby hot girls who want to, that's fine. I'm just anticipating they're not going to want to. There are also going to be some, men who, sure, not as big of a demo. I'm sorry if I sound like Jordan Peterson right now. I don't think as many men have qualms about getting chicken mess on their face as women do. I'm all for the non-binary ethereal experience. Anyone can do anything in my thing. Well, anything, within reason. But it's not, no one's being stopped because of their gender. Or not a lack of gender. But I'm just I am anticipating certain hopes and dreams from the clients.
That's fair. I just don't think. I think that
based on their gender.
Say you have a woman,
right,
who comes in and wants to watch what she eats in front of this gentleman who's taking her on a first date to Buffalo Wild Wings, the Kump chain.
Right.
I can totally see that woman getting a salad called Kump's Chicken Boy. All right.
Order it the proper way, please. We'll make them say it. Oh, Kump's. What do they call it?
Kump's Chicken Boy. Wasn't that what it was?
There's something a little more.
Kump's Chicken Salad Boy.
Kump's Buffalo Chicken Salad Wing. Something.
It ended with boy. That's all I remember.
Boy. Yeah.
But I could see that.
Kump's Wild Salad Boy.
Kump's Wild Salad Boy, sure.
Okay. And so where you see the hiccup?
Mainly just the part where there's actual. It's one thing to have a California roll in there.
Yeah.
Or some kind of roll in there.
Sure.
That could actually be kind of a unique selling point.
It's the only we don't put it in the selling of it though. It's on the description.
I know it just says it's good for you. It's good for the ladies.
I mean,
I don't think a lot of people are gonna go for raw fish at Buffalo Wild Wings.
How long have you been in the game? The podcast game, the eating sushi game, whatever. That you still don't know that California rolls don't have raw fish.
Yeah, but they have crab in them.
It's imitation crab.
Oh, it's not real crab?
I don't think so. It's not raw. Whatever it is isn't raw. I don't think spicy tuna rolls are raw. They're like that's not raw. Raw. Ask him what's in there.
Imitation crab.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, see?
Commonly dubbed
You thought you were eating crab for $6?
I didn't think it was like the premium crab.
What kind of crab? I mean, you'd be getting sick every day.
Commonly dubbed crab stick.
Yeah. I think it's poke, right? Or something.
Well, it says at slyer Japanese institutions. How do we know if we're eating at a sly Japanese institution?
Well, by slide, I mean like the trickier ones who screw you.
Yeah,
that's us.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, the chicken's safe, and so but we're not making the premium sushi. I don't know what you think this is. We're trying to make money, well, enough money to not lose money.
Sure.
I'm not trying to lose money so you can have real crab in your avocado roll, or whatever it's called.
I'm still not seeing how you couldn't accomplish most of what you want to accomplish here just by being a manager at Buffalo Wild Wings. Most of your fantasies seem to revolve around hiring people, hiring these ugly, childless women, and talking down to them.
Talking down to them? When did I talk down to them? I'm very professional with them.
When you're saying like, look, I know you can memorize it, but can you write it down because you're gonna unsettle people.
No, I train them to do that. That's not me talking down.
I'm not saying that you're gonna abuse these women. I'm just imagining a lot of huddles, a lot of team huddles.
It won't even be an issue because if they don't do it, if they don't do that, I'll fire them. So it's not. I'm not abusing any of my employees because they're gone at that point. If they don't write it down, they get fired immediately.
Yeah.
So it's not like, and they know that up front. I've told them many times. I threatened them constantly with that. Even if they do it properly, maybe after a few months I'll stop writing them about it. I'm like, don't you get comfortable and stop writing down people's orders, or I'll fire you in a second. And then sometimes I'll talk back and be like, well, you have to do progressive discipline, and then I'll lie, I'll forge it.
Sure.
Don't push me. Don't push me like you pushed child services to their breaking point.
Right.
And they had to do what they had to do. Now, all I'm going to do is fire you, by the way. I'm not threatening other weird things.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm not a creep. I'm just a guy who takes my job seriously. And my job is owning this fucking place. Wild Wings. So I don't know whether I abuse them, but, whatever. I'm tough but fair. But what you're saying, I could be a manager.
I'm saying, okay, hiring and firing, determining the night's entertainment. These things seem like things that fall into the purview of maybe a slightly more powerful than normal manager.
So all right. So look, it's a fair analysis, I guess. I mean, I don't really agree with it. I don't think that they necessarily have that kind of leeway to do the things I want to do. And also, I'd have to work, but whatever. But in your mind, in your vision of my life, how would I go about consolidating power as a manager in Buffalo Wild Wings to become a more powerful manager? How would they go about it?
Are you imagining that there's a few managers when you start out, or that there's...
I imagine it's probably... When you say a more powerful than normal manager, do you mean the store manager? Or do you mean a man... I occupy a role that doesn't normally exist? I'm just like a more influential, a manager, one of the rotating managers who exerts unusual influence for my role.
Like a store manager who somehow managed to convince the regional manager,
right,
that all of these things are,
But I'm in charge of the store.
You're in charge of the store.
Okay, I'm not going over the store manager's head. Is that how this begins in your mind? Am I like, is there a store manager and then 3 like shift managers below him?
You'd have to start
I go over my manager's head with these ideas. and I tell him about the ugly women who don't have kids, and I tell him about the writing stuff down, and the guy with the gun and the swords, and he's like, all right, this is not bad.
Like maybe the regional manager is like, oh, some of these ideas seem a little bit out there, but I like that the wheels are turning. Maybe we'll give you the store manager's job.
You've worked before, right? Like at places that are like, that's not, no one ever wants that. Regional managers don't want you to have initiative. What are you talking? You know that's true.
I know.
Didn't you get yelled at by like David Rockefeller once?
Yes, but you know, with
he
a little
screamed
bit.
at you.
Look, there's gonna need to be a little bit of luck here that factors in.
Sure, or I could just buy the place.
Also, to be fair to David Rockefeller, he did think that I was abusing a rabbit, which I wasn't.
Right. So, to be fair, he assumed I was like a stupid woman abusing rabbits. Right? Like that's what you're really saying. He assumed I was a woman who was so inept.
Yeah.
That like, you know, I would kill a rabbit like Lenny or whatever from Mice and Men. Right?
Yeah.
Is it Lenny or was it the other one?
I think it was Lenny, yeah.
Yeah. Charlie. The big one.
I think that's Lenny.
Squiggy. George was the other one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he thought you were Lenny. And you were going to wring this rabbit's neck. Now, if you don't know who David Rockefeller is, he's the Rockefeller who started the Council on Foreign Relations. I think also the Trilateral Commission, perhaps.
Yeah.
Big globalist. But he took time out of his dying days to scold you.
Well, it was a farm. Look, the farm was really abusing the rabbit.
Oh, they were?
I was just. So
you were complicit in some abuse?
I was just left holding the bag.
How are they abusing the rabbit?
By keeping it in this little like hut that looked cute, but it was too small for a big rabbit like that.
Oh, okay.
And it was my job to take the rabbit out at the end of these little tours I led.
Right.
And let the guests pet the rabbit.
Would it stay there all night, or did they have a better cage?
I don't know what they did with it after I left.
Oh, wow.
But
Jesus.
But if anything, they were
Pulp
abusing the
Fiction over
rabbit.
here.
If anything, they were abusing the rabbit, and David Rockefeller was funding the farm.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah.
he's probably the most guilty of abusing the rabbit.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see how the babies get killed.
Yeah, exactly.
He just wants to eat the steak.
Yeah. He did tip me $10 after yelling at me.
Really?
Yeah.
$10?
Yeah, I mean it's
Wealthy man, he can give you $100. $10? He might as well like hit you with his cane.
Yeah.
And said, "You're a she devil." He had bloodshot eyes. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah.
He had bloodshot. What the hell? Excuse me.
He did. I noticed that.
I want to repeat that because of the technical glitch there. Did he have bloodshot eyes?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered his bloodshot eyes when I told you the story the first time and we were Googling him. I remembered the bloodshot eyes and I was wondering if the pictures would show them. And they do.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, look, we covered all the... I mean, I would like... How do we go about doing this? How do we get people to fund this for us? We have famous people who listen to our show, I've been told. I won't name names. But they're going to be... Maybe you become investors. You know who you are. And you become silent partners or loud partners. And then you get your own booth. And I don't care. Like if you invest, I'll just keep it empty unless you're there.
Sure.
No ass will touch your booth.
Are you going to put velvet ropes around the investor
big
booth?
plaque or not? Or like, even if it's not like it'll be a nice gold plaque that even if you don't want your name on it, it'll just say reserved, not for normal people. And so just I'm saying, look, we're gonna whack this up nice. We're gonna carve it out. You have a nice spot. We're gonna start serving classy meals, rigatoni, watermelon, scallopini, whatever, cheese and watermelon. That's the thing, right?
So there's the regular person menu, and then there's the investor menu.
Oh, the investors, we're gonna lose money on the investors. When you come in, we have a private chef on speed dial, and he'll come and drop everything. Hopefully, unless he's busy, then we're fucked. But perhaps whatever. We'll go to a fancy restaurant and get food there. and bring it.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
We're not going to serve famous rich people the slop.
Right.
That's a Buffalo Wild Wings slop. I eat that food. I want a nice neighborhood chicken joint where I hold court, I plan schemes. We watch basketball games, and I bet money, and I start violently like spitting everywhere, like goddamn Kevin Durant. Anyway, it's my dream. We went a long time talking about it, but whatever.
Sure. It's your dream. It's worth talking about.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting me. You had some kind of story about you want to just...
You want to talk about the UFO thing?
Yes.
I'm not sure what this means. Okay. Maybe you can help me decode this.
Okay.
I find every article about UFOs extremely frustrating.
Right, because it's all scams.
Because it's all just like, it feels like, it's like, it always feels like they're lying to you. Like, it's right. Like, even if they were like, if Congress came out and said, like, UFOs are real, here's some pictures of aliens.
Right.
Here's the planet they're coming from. I would still feel like, what's the angle?
Here's your mom fucking an alien. Ooh.
Yeah, here's your mom fucking an alien.
That'd be crazy. That'd be so crazy.
But I would still feel like they were like trying to get one over on me.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Look, I mean, full disclosure, I've never gotten down with the alien shit too much. I tend to think, and I could be wrong, I don't, but I tend to think that most of this stuff is some form of cover material for stuff that was going on at Skunk Works, whatever Area 51 was back then.
Right.
Skunk Works was Lockheed Martin's whole experimental wing or whatever facility.
Sure.
Stuff like that, when they're building a stealth bomber, stuff like that. Maybe this all this propulsion stuff, This is probably technology that is crazy, but wasn't scalable, in my opinion. Like all these things, it doesn't move like anything else. They probably figured out some kind of weird propulsion engine that didn't that didn't work. Like it wasn't scalable. You couldn't fit chicken wings into it. Whatever.
Sure.
But go
on. So the Congress basically the headline says Congress implies UFOs have non-human origins.
It doesn't seem like UFOs. Sorry to cut you. It doesn't seem like UFOs or the existence. I mean, by implication, the existence of extraterrestrial aliens, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem like that's something that Congress should be implying about.
Right.
Right. Like, how about they say?
Yeah.
How about I'm not going to take an implication about.
Right.
They imply that. How do they imply it? Like, do you read the article?
No, this Merrick von Kump person seems to be taking a lot of leaps.
Sure.
So this is what actually happened.
Yeah. Congress implied I might see my kids.
By paragraph, but what actually happened was that the Congress has decided. I thought they had already decided this. Yeah. That it's like the branch that's investigating UFOs. If it turns
Space Force.
Yeah. If they find out that the UFO is man-made, right, then they have to turn it over to the Department of Defense, right?
Interesting. Okay.
So if they know, it doesn't matter where it comes from. It doesn't matter if it's from Russia or China or whatever. If they figure out that it's man-made, they've got to send it over to the Department of Defense. I thought that was already a rule, but
well, yeah. I mean, it just seems like I didn't know there'd be a rule. I thought they'd just show up with guns and take it. I go, well, this isn't proper. I mean, you always see it in the movies. I go, this isn't proper. And it's like, well, we got the guns, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm Captain McKettrick.
My
point is, though, as opposed to what? Like a big space bug?
As opposed to, we're pretty sure this isn't man-made.
Like a giant space bug.
Like a giant space bug, yeah.
Do we have giant space bugs?
Maybe.
All right.
It's very coy.
It doesn't seem like it should be coy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like I wouldn't be coy about this.
They're doing the same thing they did with the poor Marilyn, which we talked about last night in the Patreon, right? Mm-hmm. Times blurring together.
Or Diana.
Diana. We also brought up Marilyn.
Yeah.
And
America's princess.
America's princess who was fed pills by the Kennedy brothers and fucked to death. They're also coy about that. And it's just some girl getting pills shoved in her and then fucked to death.
Sure.
Awfully. I'm not happy about that. I just, shame on the Kennedy brothers. Go on.
All right. Shame on them. In Congress, where legislation is drafted, debated, and enacted.
Thank you for telling me what Congress is. What the fuck? Who is this? This is The Hill. Wait, I don't know much about The Hill newspaper or website or whatever. I'm pretty sure readers of The Hill know what Congress is. Oh, do they think it refers to like just some dirt hill? Wait, read that again. Read the sentence again.
In Congress, where legislation is drafted, debated, and enacted.
Who wrote this? What? Who wrote this? What is this?
Merrick von Rennenkampf.
I mean, is he writing this for like some kind of weird, like, Transylvanian audience? Yeah. The Congress, or as you might better know it, the Illumin desk. It's the American version of the Illuma desk. Jesus.
In Congress, where all that stuff happens, clear and concise definitions are of paramount importance. As military air crews increasingly encountered unidentified flying objects, lawmakers recently made several striking revisions to the definition of UFO.
It's probably shit flying other planes. Turds.
Key among them, the explosive implication that some UFOs have non-human origins. I don't think that like a coy implication.
Wait, repeat me. Did I phase out? Where was the implication? Wait, read it again. Read the whole thing again.
In Congress.
Please. Sorry. In Congress, the whole thing.
Where legislation is drafted.
Got it.
Debated.
Okay.
And enacted.
Interesting.
Clear and concise definitions are of paramount importance.
Clear and concise definitions. Yeah, I agree with that. In Congress, where you make laws.
Yeah.
You want clear definitions. Sure. Okay.
As military air crews increasingly encounter unidentified flying objects.
Did we establish that earlier on that they are increasingly encountering them?
I don't know that we have. I think that we've established that the U.S. government has copped to certain things in the past being UFOs.
As the U.S. government has stopped refuting all of my bogus claims as often as they used to. Because I send so many a day.
Lawmakers recently made several striking revisions to the definition of UFO. Key among them, the explosive implication that some UFOs have non-human origins.
Wait, did he describe? That's something you want details about.
Right.
How did they make the implication?
Right.
He doesn't say?
I'll just skip to that part.
Okay.
Okay, so over the last 7 decades, most UFO sightings involved man-made objects, such as misidentified aircraft, balloons, satellites, or drones. Yet now, according to Congress, man-made objects should be considered under the definition of unidentified aerospace undersea phenomena. Should not be considered under the definition of UFOs, basically. Moreover, in a congressional directive, objects identified by the new UFO office, quote, as man-made, will be passed to appropriate Department of Defense and intelligence community offices for further analysis.
People really think that they really think that when the aliens do come, if they come, they're going to be so like, oh, that's the answer.
Right.
Because everything's such a mess. Reason does not govern the world anymore, but those aliens who come to us are going to be great. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make the point it's going to be Independence Day, but they're probably going to be sex traders. Sure. The first thing they're going to find, like you forget, like everyone thinks, oh, the anal probing is like some kind of it's probing. They're fucking. If that's real, they're fucking us. Yeah. They're having sex with us. Sure. If that's real, the anal probing is sex. Yeah. Right. Like why are we assuming they're sexless? They're slave traders. They're sex traders. Yeah. These aliens, most likely.
I guess they're looking for some real estate.
Yeah, real estate, oil, if they use that. Or, maybe they found the use for garbage, whatever. Yeah. Cats. But my point is, they're going to, probably have sex. Even if it's not the main thing, it's like, hey, so we found a planet that has a bunch of that, bunch of those slinkies that we use to power our shit. Oh, good. So we brought some of them back. You want to fuck some of them? Yeah, let's have sex with them. Sure. Why not? I'll try anything once. That's what the aliens say.
But it's always something like this. It's always like every headline is always like we know for sure now that something really weird's going on, and then it's like, well, actually they just made a bureaucratic decision to arrange their discoveries more efficiently under the appropriate government umbrellas, and it's like it's like, okay, how does this imply that
this is not the look? There's like two things that like really stand out: the Kennedy assassination and 9/11.
Sure,
whereas like it makes sense. Vigilant Guardian, what's that about, right? Like, I'm not one of these guys who goes to jet fuel and steel. Like, I don't care. Like, they would just fly planes in and do it. Maybe there's also a bomb, whatever. But I'm saying, like, oh, how would they do it? They don't care.
Yeah.
They'll make a drone pilot do it and then kill the people.
Right.
Right? Whatever. Point is, there's a lot of fishy shit. Then Kennedy assassination, there's a lot of fishy shit.
Yeah.
And some other things, like, you know, most of the day in Iran, it was probably fishy before it got declassified. We know it was bogus, right? Aliens, it's just people in the dirt. It's like, oh, Occam's razor tells you that it's just, you know, a bunch of guys testing out stealth bomber.
Sure.
Right? But these people think it's going to be E.T. We tried watching the movie, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Close Encounters.
So boring.
Real slow.
I mean, I'm not a big Spielberg fan. He can come on the podcast if he wants, but I'm not a fan, really.
We're not going to court him.
I like Indiana Jones 3. 1's good too, but 3 is the best. Anyway, go on.
We're not going to court him for the Buffalo Wild Wings VIP section.
He can get a VIP if he wants to invest. He can. I'm not going to court him. Yeah. Mostly because I think he'll say no. I'm a businessman. If Spielberg's going to bring some money.
Yeah.
Look, I don't love Spielberg, but Scorsese's good friends with him, I think. So, I mean, that's and we can get Scorsese through Spielberg.
Right.
So, fuck it. Whatever. Give him some wings.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm not that proud. Anyway.
I just don't understand, like, if they're really as ubiquitous, if these, like, sightings are really, like, as ubiquitous as they say they are, why aren't we seeing more of them on TikTok? Why are there more like alien sighting TikTok?
Well, we've had these cameras for years, right? And then there was that movie that Jordan Peele made, which I didn't think was great, right? It was the thing, you know, Logan Paul got a lot of, you know, flack.
Famous film critic Logan Paul.
Well, look, I mean, the guy's done well for himself, and I'm, you know, and the points weren't terrible. They're good points. Some of them I have myself. You know, what was his points basically? You remember?
That a lot of it didn't make sense, which it didn't.
Doesn't matter. The point, that's not why I'm bringing it up. The point was, like, the interesting thing about the movie, though, what was the movie called?
Nope.
What was interesting was, like, I don't think it's spoiling it to say that, like, there's an alien thing, and they're trying, like, to get pictures of it, which is kind of like, okay, like, you know, this is a gimmick, because, like, that would be, you would think in this day and age, you'd be able to,
right?
And there's all sorts of shenanigans that goes on, but the point is, like, should I be a film critic?
Yeah.
But the point is, why don't they have it? Like, because infrared blockers. Because you can't see them with their cloaking devices. Why would they cloak? The Prime Directive? Is it Star Trek and the Prime Directive?
Right.
Oh, they're observing us. I mean, the one thing is maybe they're from a parallel dimension, I guess. Although I don't really go for that kind of thing. But maybe they phase in and out of or matter stream. Imagine if your genitals were an alien species.
Yeah.
Imagine if that, like, we were asexual beings. This is why no one's as good as me. At this, because, like, honestly, if this was my gimmick. I might make it my gimmick. We are asexual creatures. We don't procreate naturally, but our genitals are sentient, semi-sentient, phase matter creatures that phase in and out. I guess they stay that way, but they come in from a different dimension. That's where the cum comes from. Yeah. Mm.
So that's actually a spirit. So when we come into each other, that's actually an alien species procreating its own species.
I guess.
And using us, attaching, they're kind of a symbiotic relationship.
Sure.
Attaching itself to our asexual bodies. and we're okay with it because it makes us feel pleasure or whatever. Mm-hmm. And obviously they're getting something out of it.
I guess.
There were crazier theories.
Right? Let's make a T-shirt out of this. Can I make some money off this? Can we use this to fund the Buffalo Wild Wings? Raised Buffalo. Can I just call it Raised Buffalo Wild Wings, the home of the interdimensional genital theory? What do we call this? What's a good like hook name for this? Where babies come from in space. No.
Genital attachment.
You don't want to say genitals. We need a better euphemism.
Extraterrestrial attachment theory.
E.T. Stork. Stork?
E.T. Stork theory? I think you got to have theory at the end of it.
Okay. Dead baby alien theory. Baby alien theory. The baby alien boys. The baby alien boys. Baby alien. We'll call it baby alien boy theory. Baby alien boy theory. Thank you for bearing with us there. Baby alien boy theory.
I think it works.
Yeah. Ray Kump's Buffalo Wild Wings. Home of Buffalo. Wait. Home of. What was it again? Baby alien boy theory. What?
Home of the Home of the man behind the baby alien boy theory.
That's sure. I mean, it's not as good, but I'll just go with it.
Home of.
We're just gonna keep tagging it with worse things. Go
Home
ahead.
of the world's leading baby alien boy theory expert.
Sure. I'll have you know, sir. I mean, I'll have live streams that go out from my Buffalo Wild Wings where like I debate people. Like, who's that guy? Foucault? Is he still alive? Wasn't he like an existential philosopher?
Yeah, Foucault.
Yeah. Is he dead?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I mean, I'll debate Sam Harris or whoever these idiots are.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Lex Fridman could be on it.
Sure.
Lex Fridman, is he knowing about aliens at all?
Well, I'm sure he has some opinions on them.
Have we gotten a hold of Lex Fridman?
But we haven't yet. But I'm sure within.
Why are none of these guests getting back? Have we emailed anyone? Have I? We need more guests.
Yeah, you're right.
We need famous people to promote this show with us. Like be on, you know, and to invest in our Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'll get you Lex Fridman.
Who? Lex what?
Oh, Lex Fridman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you hope aliens are?
I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not gonna.
If you could have whatever you wanted. If you wake up and there's aliens.
Oh well, they'd be little. They look like teacup Pomeranians.
Those exist. Why do you need aliens to be that?
Yeah, but imagine an intelligent teacup Pomeranian.
They are dumb as shit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Those teacup Pomeranians.
Imagine a teacup Pomeranian who you could have a conversation with. That would be the best.
I mean, or just like, you know, I don't mean like aesthetically what do they look like.
Oh.
Did I say that? I meant more like what do you want them to do and be and like.
Look, it would be.
I don't judge people based on how they look. I'm sorry.
It would be great if they were trying to, peacefully unite the universe and stuff. I doubt that's the case.
No, I mean, like, are they good at card tricks? Because they have like, extra fingers, you know? Or like, are they really good at like milking cows with their mouth? Stuff like that. Like, you know, fun things. Like, you know, do they know how to build roller coasters that, you know, sometimes kill you, but like but sometimes they put you into like a weird interdimensional pocket. Like a hot pocket, you know. Do they find ways for you to eat your own body, but it's like delicious, things like that. I mean, I'm not talking about like, you know, what's the existential threat of the? No, I mean like, do they have 6 assholes, but only one of them's for pleasure, and but all 6 of them are for shitting. So even the pleasure one, so you still shit through it. Like it seems it's not, and then they go like, look, yeah, this is not intelligent design. That's why it just happened that way. We don't know why. We like fucking but the other 5 ones, they're all identical except the other 5 don't feel good when you fuck them. I guess that's not universal anyway. But some people like, you know, getting and it wouldn't be the case in the other 5 for them. But one of them there is.
Sure.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Well, that's great for you to think about.
But you're just talking about like, will they invade us? Will they, be dogs?
Well, look. I have my dreams and you have yours.
I think my dreams are better. I mean, dare I say. Dream bigger, please.
So if they came and they were like creepy things that wanted to kill us, you would still be fit. You would still be like, okay, but what's the asshole situation?
Right. Yeah. Wouldn't you want to know that before you died? Which one do you notice they have like 5 assholes? They don't wear pants. Which one does what? And he goes, they all do the same thing. Only one of them feels good when it goes up there. And they go, but then that one doesn't shit. No, it does. Oh, bummer. I guess it's fine anyway. But like, I mean, ideally that one would just be clean.
Sure. You
wouldn't have to worry about cleaning it before someone. Whatever. Remember the whole thing with the bottoms on the Uber Eats thing or whatever it was?
Oh yeah.
That wouldn't be a concern for them because if that was the case, if it was clean.
That's true.
I just want to make first contact with another species. That's so much to ask. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. You got anything to? No.
Listen to the Kump Patreon.
Listen to the Kump Patreon. Extra episode every week. $5 a month. Sign up for the Twitch and subscribe and whatever. We love you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.